Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to all of you. Did you know that our Malaysia football team nearly qualified to the World Cup competition, the highest football tournament in the world. Uh, Even though in our golden era in 1970 and 1980, and that time our team have a lot of great players such as Mohtar, James Wong, R.R. Mugam, Dollah Saleh, Zainal Abidin Hassan. Our team never qualified to the World Cup, and our highest achievement only we qualified to the Olympic Games. Among on the World Cup editions, the 1986 was the edition that Malaysia nearly to qualify. So, what actually happens on the edition? What the factor that caused the failure in the edition? There are three factors, which is the key players were not brought to the tournament, the nervousness of Malaysian player, and the judging. Okay, firstly, at that time in the qualification in Asia was divided into three stages. The first round is played at the group stage, and the second and third round will be played in knockout stage. In the first round, Malaysia was play in the group with South Korea and Sri Lanka. After three games, Malaysia was leading in the group and just need only 1 point. You hear that? Only 1 point to qualify in the next round. In the last game, Malaysia need to face South Korea in their home ground, which in Seoul. Unfortunately, in that game, Malaysia lost to South Korea 2-0, and it closed the Malaysia chance to qualify to the next round. Okay, in my opinion, there are the first factor that caused this failure was that Malaysia keys player that not Malaysia keys player were not brought into face the match in Seoul. It is because some Malaysia keys players have been suspended by FIFA for playing for the Selangor selection team against the South American star teams a few weeks before the visit to Korea. FIFA suspended this player because the match did not get permission from FIFA. Among the players were not brought were Zainal Abidin Hassan, Lim Tiong King, and Azizul Abu Hanifah. These are the core players of the national team, and their absence had caused Malaysia performance to be quite disappointing. Second, apart from that, nervousness of Malaysian players is also one of the reasons why Malaysia lost to South Korea. Due to some key players not being able to play in the match, the Malaysian team was lined up with many young players. This match, for your information, this match also is the first official match that be held at the Korean Olympic Stadium, which is the stadium that will be used for the 1988 Olympic Games. The large and crowded stadium being me the main reason some of our young player are quite nervous. Upon arrival in Seoul, our national team was greeted like a terrorist with accusation and insults at the airport. However, the mentality of the player under coach Muhammad Bakar was not affected. However, our right to train and adapt to stadium condition is also denied. Our Malaysian team only practice in a public field on the outskirts of Seoul. Okay, lastly, the judging was the one of the factor that caused the defeat to Malaysian team to South Korea. South Korea has appointed a referee from Japan, which is Shizuo Takada, to be a referee in this match, and it was approved by FIFA. Many question, many many question why it's needed a referee from a neighboring country. Yeah, Japan is neighbor to the South Korea, and why need referee from and why we need a referee from Japan. The referee has given some controversial decision, and among them is the referee is giving a penalty kick to the South Korean team, even though it is clear that player was diving in the Malaysia penalty area. In conclusion, for me, the Malaysian team can qualify for the World Cup in that edition if they line up the best player. But unfortunately, luck was not on Malaysia's side at that time. But this year, 2021, our Malaysian team has a good chance of qualifying for the next round in the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Malaysia now is second place behind Vietnam and has high chance of qualifying for the third round. Lastly, with proper planning from the FAM, Malaysia Football Association, and a very talented development team, I am confident that Malaysia will qualify for the World Cup one day.